It's Friday. Woo, 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 woo. Just thinking of little park pride today. I don't know if you guys are missing some spring sports out there, but I know I am. I usually coach Celia's softball team, so wearing this today to represent St. Louis Park Fast Pitch. Go Orioles. Thinking about all you baseball players out there too. So it's Friday, and it's a beautiful day again. We are so lucky it's a nice spring out, or I don't know what we would do out there to get by in this loveliness outside of school. So today what we're going to do is take a look at adding and subtracting mixed numbers with common denominators. So you don't need to worry about finding a common denominator right now. What we are going to do is take a look at sometimes we're going to need to regroup if we don't have enough to subtract. And sometimes when we add, we may end up with an improper fraction and need to simplify that into a mixed number. So bear with me. Here we go. Ooh, there we go. Double thumbs up. So the first two problems I have up here, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So when we have mixed numbers, the big thing to remember is we need to add the whole numbers together. So 10 plus 1 is 11. Okay? And since we have the same denominator, we're just going to add our numerators, 3 plus 1, which gives us 4, over my same denominator of 7. All right? And then the second one, we have 7 minus 1, which gives us 6, and 11 twelfths minus 7 twelfths, which gives me 4 twelfths. Okay? On IXL, you are not going to need to simplify this fraction right here with 4 twelfths. But on your math Google assignment, that is something that you're going to need to do. So here I know that 4 and 2 are both even numbers, so I can divide by 2, and I get 6 and 2, 6. I still know that 2 and 6 are even numbers, so I'm going to divide by 2 again. And I get 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So I end up with 6 1/3. Remember, these are all equivalent fractions. They all cover the same amount of a whole, just written in a different way, but still have the same value. All right, so now what we're going to take a look at is what if we end up with an improper fraction when we add fractions, okay? So this next one that I'm going to do is 3 4 6 plus 2 4 6, okay? So when we add, we still add our whole numbers. So we have 3 plus 2, which gives me 5. So I'm just going to rewrite it down here. So 3 plus 2 gave me 5. And now 4 6 plus another 4 6 is going to give me 8 6, okay? However, 8 6 is an improper fraction. So keeping that aside, I'm going to bring my 5 down here because we still need that as part of our answer. And I'm going to take this 8 6, and I'm going to take it with my 8 divided by my 6, because remember, this is another way to show division. And 6 goes into 8 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. That's what I'm going to subtract. And I get 2. So remember, 2 is our remainder, which is also our numerator, and our denominator stays the same. So 8 6 is equal to 1 2 6. They're the same, okay? So I'm going to add my 1 2 6 to my whole number that is already there. So now when I add those up, I get 5 plus 1, which is equal to, here I'm going to erase this out of the way. 5 plus 1 gives me 6, and then I have my 2 6. So that will be acceptable on IXL, except for on your classwork Google assignment today, you may have to reduce this fraction as well, which then I know 2 and 6 are both even numbers, so I can divide by 2, and that gives me 6 1/3, because 2 divided by 2 gives me 1, and 6 divided by 2 gives me 3, okay? So 6 1/3 would be my final answer. All right, so we're going to take a look at one more problem today, and you can always come back and freeze these problems or write them down in your notebook is what I would highly suggest so that you have them when you are doing your iExcel work and when you're doing your Google assignment in case you come across some like this. Okay, our last problem today is 3 1/11 minus 1 8/11. All right, so right here when I look at it, before I subtract, I notice that this fraction, 1/11, is smaller than 8/11. So I don't want to go 1 minus 8 gives me 7 because that is not correct. That would be a -7. Okay? So what we need to do if our first fraction is smaller than our second fraction, we need to borrow. Borrow, kind of like bingo or Yahtzee. All right, Yahtzee is one of my favorite games to play, just in case you were wondering. So I need to borrow from this 3, so I'm going to take 1 whole, which leaves me with 2. And 1 whole, when I'm dealing with my 11ths, so 1 is equal to, if I'm dealing with 11ths, 11 11ths. Okay? So I'm going to add 11 11ths, I'm going to move my subtraction sign over, to my fraction that's already here. Okay? So when I rewrite that, I have 2, and then I have 1 11th plus 11 11ths gives me 12 11ths. And now I can subtract my 1 and 8 11ths. So we need to always have this first fraction be bigger. Do not swap these two fractions either because that's changing the whole entire problem. So you can't do that. So you need to borrow if you cannot subtract your bigger fraction from your smaller fraction, just like you would with normal subtraction. All right, back to it. So now I'm going to take 2 minus 1, which gives me 1 for my whole number, and then 12 11ths minus 8 11ths. So 12 minus 8 is 4, and then I have my 11th stays the same, okay? And then you can think about, can I simplify? Well, if I can divide 4 by either 4 or 2, so I could divide by 2, and that gives me 2, but 11 divided by 2 gives me a whole number with a decimal. So it is simplified, all right? But always check to see if you can simplify the fraction. The whole number will stay with it, but you can always simplify the fraction part of it, okay? So 4 11ths is our answer right here. So that is it for today. I hope you have a great day, and we will see you on, not tomorrow because tomorrow you don't have school, and not Monday because Monday you don't have school, but we will see you on Tuesday for more adding and subtracting of mixed numbers with uncommon denominators. Deuces. Peace out. Bye-bye.